This video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 secrets of 5D manifestation. Some of these you may have never heard of before, and for me, these have changed my life, and I want to share them with you. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 secrets of 5D manifestation that I think will change your life. This is a paradigm that goes beyond just the willpower. A lot of what you see in personal development is manifesting from a sense of willpower and discipline, which will get results. It got me results. It's what allowed me to propel from where I was to where I am now. However, there's another level, and that other level has to do with a higher vibrational energy. And maybe you've noticed on the planet right now that the perception of time has sped up. Things are going by very quickly. We're already halfway through 2019, and it's amazing to see how fast perception of time is going. And the way that I've heard Bashar talk about it before, if you don't know who Bashar is, someone that I've listened to quite a bit since 2012, and the way that he described it is as time goes on, the energy will keep on increasing. And he said that, this was like in 2011 or 12, he said that what will happen is, in a metaphor, there are these different timelines that are preferred, some of them, and some of them not preferred. The idea is get on the timeline, get on the train track you prefer. Because as the train goes, it begins to move faster and faster. Now, the idea was in 2013, maybe there was a light walk that you were doing. 2014, you started to walk briskly. In 2015, you had to do a light jog. In 2016, you had to run a little bit quicker. 2017, you had to full-on run. 2018, now the idea is that time is speeding up faster and faster. Things that you want to manifest are happening quicker than ever. So get in the preferred state of being you prefer, because now that the train is going faster and faster, the train tracks are starting to distance themselves more and more. It's almost like a boat that's moving and a boat next to it, even just a little bit off a different angle, eventually they're so far apart you can't even see them. That's the idea with the parallel reality shifting that's happening right now on the planet, is there are these timelines that you can maybe perceive of, but in the future it'll become harder and harder to perceive of that which is not the vibration of you. Now with 5D manifestation, it's about understanding that we are choosing the reality timeline we're on, and it's happening right now whether we're aware of it or not, and it's getting sped up quicker and quicker and quicker. This is what I see happening on 5D right now. People doing things for symbols, it's not working the way it used to. What I mean by that is when people are going for that of money, money is a symbol, you don't get as much benefit as you going straight to the core of what you love to be doing, what you're really passionate about, what really adds value to other people. So it's about understanding this dynamic, because if you go for the symbol, you're going for the side effect in a way. Money is a side effect of you doing what you love. What I've realized is the more I go for my passion, the more the money comes anyways, but it's a higher vibrational way of going about things. The old paradigm, there's been a certain level of manipulation on the planet. There's been a certain level of control. But what's happening now is people are becoming aware of it. And people aren't necessarily investing in it as much as they used to. They're not watching the news as much. It's us gaining our power back that's happening. And the more that this happens, the more that we realize the old paradigms don't work anymore. So in this video, that's why I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 secrets of 5D. Understand what 5D is 3D is duality. It's good, bad, light, dark. 3D is a certain level of control has been on the planet for a long time. One of the reasons many of us are here as light workers is we came here to be the first ones to wake up, so that we would increase the energy on earth of this template of waking up, so that more and more people could also wake up. It's a contagious type awakening. And it's happening, and one of the reasons we chose to come here is to help this planet wake up, so that more and more people could do it, because as we do it, it influences other timelines as well. And the way that we influence this reality is from the inside out. We had to incarnate and forget who we are and go through this process. Now, 5D reality is more your natural state than 3D reality. 3D reality, slow, time, space, linear type way of interacting with everything. If you want something, it's normally very hard, and there's a lot that's built into that. But 5D, 4D you could say is the perception and the dimension of time. 5D is when you get straight to the vibration itself. 5D reality is more of a vibrational reality, whereas 3D reality is more of a solid reality. So what we are doing right now is we are moving from a 3D to a 4D and 5D reality. And 4 and 5D is when reality becomes much more dreamlike. It's ironic that we're waking up, and waking up includes understanding reality is but a dream. Reality is but a dream of our higher self that's projecting itself into this level of consciousness. But the purpose of this life is to wake up to who we are at these greater levels of consciousness, so that then we can direct our life in a different way. Because then we become lucid in the dream of life. And when we're lucid, we have more ability to direct it in the direction we want. But when we're unconscious and unaware, we're just kind of the whims of whatever's happening. Now, the 3 secrets, the first one that I want to talk about has to do with understanding this: what you put out is what you get back. And when you have the intention of adding value, you tap into something that's called outer intention. So, some people would look at what I do and think that maybe I make videos because it would get more subscribers. But in actuality, the reason I make YouTube videos is I understand that as a side effect, subscribers come as the value that I add to other people. So if I add enough value to people, and people perceive of that and people benefit from it, they're more likely to subscribe. When you have an intention of adding value, and you create what is called value in the marketplace, there are people there that will shine the abundance back at you. So this is called outer intention. Outer intention, in a way, is the intention of people outside of you, but when you add value to other people, it then comes back to you, because those other people at a deeper level are other versions of you. So this is a deep idea that I began to understand. When I used to have my 9-to-5 job selling women's shoes, what I would do is I would go into work every day and I'd focus on adding value. Even though it was shoes, it wasn't something I really believed in. What I would do is I would go in and I would just focus on the value I could give with other people. Not even necessarily just the value. Sometimes it was just having fun, which was value in of itself. And I was selling like high-end women's shoes, so they're like $600. So sometimes you'd expect customers to be a little bit more, I don't know, elegant and serious. But I would go in, a lot of times I just have fun. I would loosen up, and they would really appreciate that and like that. And a lot of times when they're in that good state, then they're like, okay, I'll take these, I'll buy these. Because it was a sales commission job. And I would toy around. Every day I'd go to work and I would toy around with, okay, this is my intention for the day, this is the energy I had, this is the result I got. It was like a little playground for the law of attraction. The one thing that worked the best was going in with the intention of adding value and having fun. Adding value and having fun. I would say that even to think about this with everything you can think of. If you were the person that wanted to attract someone in your life, and you went out, and you had the intention of having fun and adding value, you would have very positive benefits and opportunities to meet a lot of different people, because you'd have a fun, contagious energy. This works in many different ways. But the key to this is understanding that things in life are vibrational. So because they're vibrational, what you can begin to do is to focus more on that aspect and understand that when you are having that mentality that everything, you can then have everything. Everything will come to you because you will then be in vibrational resonance with it. Now, the second secret of 5D manifestation that I want to share with you is this concept. I've shared it a couple times before, but it's have, do, be. That's the 3D way of going about things. I must first have something, then I can do something, then I can be something. Or I must first do something, then I can have something, then I can give myself permission to be something. I must first do something, create art every single day, then I can eventually have something, I can have an art gallery studio, and then I can eventually be the artist. In 5D reality, it is actually completely reversed. This one thing right here can change your life in profound ways as it did me. Instead, flip it around. Be that which you want, because the being is the vibration that you prefer. Being in it it's about you giving yourself permission to be a certain way. And think about how funny that is. We get rules in our mind. I must first do something, then I can have something. Then I give myself permission to feel a certain way and to be a certain way. All that's different is the permission in our own mind. If you would just give yourself permission to be that which you seek, that which you want to be, you would much quicker experience the result of what you want in reality. So if you want to paint, don't paint, be an artist. If you want to create content, don't just create content, that's the doing. Be a content creator, be someone that adds value. That's what I did. I know I've shared this story a lot, but I became a full-time YouTuber before I was actually a full-time YouTuber. I treated YouTube as my full-time job. I just saw myself as that. I was that guy when I was going around and hanging out with friends. I was like, oh, they're like, what are you up to? And I was like, I'm doing YouTube. This is who I am. And for a long time, I was the YouTuber that had less than 1,000 subscribers. And I was the one saying that I was a YouTuber. But guess what? It eventually became my reality, but a lot of that also had to do with linking up my physical action with that. In order for me to really perceive of myself as a full-time YouTuber, for me, it meant that I had to make daily videos. That's mine. Maybe some people don't have to make daily videos, but for me, that's what I imagined the version of me, and I gave myself permission to be that version of me now. So many people, maybe this resonates with you, so many people are waiting to give themselves credibility. Once I have this coaching degree, once I have this college degree, once I have this level of credibility, then I can do all of these things. You can give yourself the credibility now. You can do these things now. If it's profoundly changed your life, what you apply, then you can help someone else. You don't have to be on the top of the mountaintop guru in order to help other people. You just got to be one step ahead. And guess what? Just being one step ahead many times resonates more with people than being on the top of a mountaintop. It's more relatable. People want to learn from someone that's just a couple steps ahead rather than learning from the person that is at the top of the mountaintop that's not relatable. So what I suggest is focusing on the adding value, the first secret, outer intention, the intention of other people, seeing how you can, if you give that which you want to get, you will eventually get that thing. So it's called instead of go-getter, go-giver. I heard this quote the other day and I thought it was very powerful. So begin to focus on the giving, and you will immediately start to attract more of that in your life. I focus on giving as much value as I can. That value comes back to me in very powerful ways. But more than that, be and give yourself permission to be that which you seek right now, and you will begin to experience that reality in your life. You have to give yourself permission to be. The irony is that when other people perceive of you, if you are giving yourself the credibility, other people will feel that certainty off of you. It's nothing but you giving yourself permission. That's all it is. And when you give yourself permission, people will feel that off of you. When you believe in yourself, other people will start to believe in you. And even if they don't, you won't be dependent on them, because you will fill up your own cup. Now, the third manifestation secret has to do with going beyond just the visualization of what you want to experience. Understand first off that when you visualize something, the purpose of visualization is so that you feel that which you want to feel, because it makes you feel that way and that feels pleasurable. Not because the visualization is going to get you that result in your life. If you do things for the sake of doing things, your life will begin to change. Do things for the sake of doing things. Do it for the sake of who you are. You do things for an end of itself, you start to become more present to the moment. And that's exactly what the third secret is. So many people in 3D manifestation are trying to get somewhere else in the future. Or they're thinking and regretting the past. They're projecting their energy from here right now into two different directions. One thing that I found to work like magic is to be present now. And whatever you do, this is the secret right here. Whatever you do, do that one thing with complete focus. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if when you're doing one thing, you're doing or being that one thing, you are completely present to the moment. You bring all your energy into the present moment. When you are doing one thing to get you somewhere else, then it's conditional. Then you're doing something to escape the present moment. I found this to be so magical. So for example, if you're going to visualize something, then focus on visualizing. Only visualize. If you're going to plan out your day tomorrow, sit down and be present with planning out your day. Doesn't mean you can't ever think about the future, but you do whatever you do 100%, because as you do that thing 100%, it links up to everything else in your life. Because the part of 5D manifestation that's very powerful is understanding that right here, right now, is all that exists. Every perspective we have is a different moment, is a different perspective of the same one moment. So there really is no escape. The game then becomes how much fun can you have in the present moment? Because by having fun in the present moment, you then increase your vibration, and then things manifest even easier. But one thing that I want to share as well is something I read from the book Autobiography of a Yogi. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend it. It's with Paramahansa Yogananda, him explaining his journey through enlightenment in India, then coming to the West, in the United States. And in explaining it, he talks about some of these gurus he met that could do magical things, make objects appear instantly, teleport, project themselves. There was levitating saints that never slept. They emitted so much love energy that one day Paramahansa Yogananda went to his house, this guy's house, the sleeping saint's house, and he could not sleep because there was so much divine energy emanating off this guy. Now, what could these gurus do that made them so magical? They understood that reality is a dream. That reality is a dream, and because it's a dream, it's much more flexible. In 3D reality, everything is so solid and real. And this leads me to the quote that's one of my favorite quotes that I like to say, is the more you realize your life is a dream, the more dream-like your life will become. So have fun. Have fun in the dream of life. The experience of it is real, but the actual solidity of it is not real. As you change your perception of it, the dream itself changes. It's much more flexible than you thought. The more fun you have in the dream, the more you realize that the way the dream is wired is the more you put out, so the more you get back. You can then focus on those perspectives and know that we're all one. That's why what you put out is what you get back, because we're all connected. And what you give to someone else, you give to another aspect of you. So focusing more on that, understanding that the more you can give yourself permission to be, the more your life will begin to change. And then thirdly, be present to the moment. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So something else that I have for you is a meditation below that will help you to raise your vibration. Read the comments on it below. You'll see what I mean. Listen to it for 21 days. I think it'll absolutely transform your life. And it'll help you to raise your vibrational set point, which is your dominant vibration, so that you then change your reality. It'll help you also become more aware that reality is a dream. So listen to that meditation for 21 days. I think it'll change your life. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell as well. You will not see the daily videos unless you hit the notification bell. It's just the way YouTube does things now. So if you want to see the daily videos, hit that. Other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.